Have you ever wondered why your legs feel heavier with each passing year? Why sharp pains often appear at night and interrupt your sleep? And why each morning your body seems less willing to cooperate? Most people think these changes are nothing more than the natural course of aging, that weakness is inevitable as the years add up. Yet the truth is not so simple. Deep inside the body, there are silent signals that the flow of life is slowing, that the valves in your veins are growing weary, that the vessels themselves are losing their former ease and grace. If we imagine the body as a house, then the circulatory system is the plumbing. In youth, the pipes are smooth, elastic, and strong. With time, they begin to harden, to lose flexibility, and debris collects until the flow is no longer smooth. This is exactly what happens with blood as it moves through aging vessels. And just as a house can be repaired and maintained, so too can the body be supported and renewed, if only we know how. What troubles me most after meeting thousands of older adults is not the illnesses themselves, but the mistaken belief that nothing can be changed. Too many accept a life of pain, fatigue, and short steps. Yet even with advancing years, there are paths that can bring vitality back to the blood. The best part is that these paths are not far away. They begin in the familiar kitchen with ingredients that are simple and often overlooked. Today, I invite you to step into a journey. Not one of empty promises or false miracles, but a journey of quiet transformation. You will discover that ordinary drinks costing less than a quick meal can calm inflammation, help blood flow more smoothly, and return a sense of lightness you thought was gone forever. But before I reveal these recipes, there is one important truth you must understand. It is the common mistake that most people, and even many doctors, continue to overlook. Only when you recognize this truth will your body be truly ready to welcome the changes that follow. The body speaks in whispers long before it raises its voice. For many older adults, the first sign is not sharp pain, but a quiet heaviness in the legs after standing or walking. Shoes that once fit comfortably now feel tight in the evening. Small veins begin to show on the surface of the skin, winding like faint blue lines. At night, cramps disturb sleep or a dull ache lingers in the calves. These are not random discomforts. They are the language of circulation slowing down. It is easy to believe that age alone is to blame, but the true picture is more complex. Inside the vessels, low-level inflammation builds quietly over the years. This is the body's response to stress, poor diet, lack of movement, and exposure to toxins. The fire may be small, but it is constant, slowly damaging the inner lining of the arteries and veins. When these walls lose their smoothness, blood no longer flows with ease. Instead, it sticks, swells, and pools. Another hidden factor is the decline of nitric oxide, a molecule the body makes naturally in youth to keep vessels open and flexible. With age, production falls, and the system depends more on support from lifestyle and nutrition. When nitric oxide is low, blood pressure rises, valves struggle, and the heart works harder just to keep the same rhythm. Habits of daily life add fuel to this process. Long hours of sitting weaken the calf muscles that are meant to push blood back toward the heart. Diets high in processed food and low in fresh produce starve the body of the minerals it needs to balance fluids. Stress hormones constrict vessels, making them less responsive. Even dehydration, something as simple as forgetting to drink water, thickens the blood and slows the current. Doctors often respond to these problems by treating the surface, compression stockings, pain medicine, or creams for visible veins. These bring temporary relief but do not touch the root. The real issue is deeper, where inflammation and weak vessel function continue quietly. This is why so many people feel stuck, believing nothing changes. But once we understand these hidden causes, a path opens. Small choices in food, drink, and movement can reach inside where the real problem lies, and that is where the quiet transformation begins. As the sun rises higher and the body settles into its daily rhythm, there is a natural pause when energy begins to shift. It is in this moment, often mid-morning, that a warm cup of green tea blended with honey and a touch of cinnamon can serve as both comfort and support for circulation. Green tea is one of the richest natural sources of catechins, a group of plant compounds known to protect the delicate lining of blood vessels. Among them, EGCG has been studied most for its ability to calm inflammation and improve the flexibility of arteries. When arteries are more elastic, blood moves with less resistance and the heart works with greater ease. The change is not dramatic in a single day, but over time, small improvements add up to steadier pressure and smoother flow. The addition of raw honey does more than sweeten the taste. Honey carries enzymes and flavonoids that appear to enhance how the body absorbs the catechins from tea. What might otherwise be lost in digestion becomes available, amplifying the benefit. Then comes Ceylon cinnamon, the gentler and sweeter cousin of common cassia cinnamon. Within it lies cinnamaldehyde, a compound that can help relax vessels and steady blood sugar, both of which matter deeply for older adults. The method of preparation is simple but important. Heat water until it is hot but not boiling. If water is too hot, the fragile catechins are destroyed. Steep a teaspoon of loose green tea leaves for about 3 minutes, then strain. Allow the tea to cool slightly, then stir in a teaspoon of raw honey and half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. Drink it about an hour after breakfast, when the stomach is settled yet still receptive. As with all natural aids, there are cautions. Those on blood-thinning medication should favor Ceylon cinnamon over cassia to avoid excess coumarin. Anyone monitoring blood sugar should keep honey modest, no more than a teaspoon. And if you are taking medications in the morning, leave a gap of at least 2 hours before drinking your tea, as catechins can sometimes affect absorption. This cup is not meant to be strong or forceful. Its gift is subtle, a soft green light that steadies the flow within. Each sip is a reminder that care can be simple, that strength can be gentle, and that health is often nurtured in the quiet pauses of the day. In almost every kitchen, you will find 3 ingredients that carry both taste and quiet power: garlic with its sharp bite, ginger with its warm spice, and celery with its crisp freshness. They may seem ordinary, yet together they remind us that support for the body often lives in what we already know and use every day. Garlic is perhaps the most studied of the 3. When a clove is crushed, it releases allicin, a compound that supports healthy blood pressure, helps balance cholesterol, and keeps vessels more flexible. Some studies even suggest that garlic can reduce the buildup of deposits inside the arteries, acting almost like a natural cleanser. The best way to use it is simple. Add fresh garlic to daily meals. Roasting or cooking gently preserves much of its benefit, while garlic powders often lose their strength. Ginger adds a different kind of support. Its active compound gingerol has anti-inflammatory and soothing properties. It can relax blood vessels, ease minor discomfort, and warm the circulation. A thin slice steeped in hot water with a bit of lemon creates a drink that is both calming and effective. Yet ginger is best kept at culinary levels, especially for those with reflux, gallstones, or anyone using blood-thinning medication. Celery may not be as bold in flavor, but inside its stalks lie phthalides, compounds that help relax vessel muscles. Its natural potassium content also balances sodium, reducing fluid retention and easing swelling in the legs. A few stalks in a salad, blended into a smoothie, or added to a soup are enough to make use of its gentle gifts. For those with kidney disease or on medication affecting potassium, celery should be used with care and only after speaking with a doctor. These 3 foods carry an important lesson. Natural support does not require exotic powders or expensive supplements. It can be found in the familiar flavors of daily cooking. Garlic, ginger, and celery are not cures, yet they are steady companions that remind the vessels how to function with ease. The secret is to use them wisely, in moderation, and as part of a routine that values balance over excess. With each meal prepared in this way, the kitchen becomes more than a place of nourishment. It becomes a quiet pharmacy, one that heals through flavor, through memory, and through the steady rhythm of care. As evening arrives and the day begins to quiet, the body asks for comfort, a signal that it can release the tension it has carried. This is the perfect moment for a warm drink prepared with turmeric and a pinch of black pepper, a combination that has been valued for centuries not only for its color, but for its healing touch. Turmeric carries curcumin, a compound with strong anti-inflammatory effects. It works gently at the cellular level, calming the hidden fires that stiffen vessels and strain the heart. Yet curcumin on its own is not easily absorbed. This is where black pepper comes in. Inside pepper lies piperine, a natural enhancer that helps the body absorb curcumin far more effectively. Together they form a quiet partnership, one golden and one dark, each lifting the other to do more. To prepare, warm a cup of water or milk until it is hot but not boiling. Stir in a quarter teaspoon of turmeric with just a pinch of freshly ground black pepper. For a smoother taste, add a few drops of coconut milk or a teaspoon of honey once the drink cools slightly. Sip slowly before bedtime. It can offer warmth to the stomach and calm to the mind, guiding the body toward restful sleep. The evidence for turmeric is promising, showing reductions in markers of inflammation and gentle improvements in vascular health. But most research uses concentrated extracts. In culinary amounts, the effects are subtle, yet steady when taken regularly. This makes it safe for most, though there are cautions. People on blood-thinning medication should avoid high supplemental doses of turmeric, and those with gallbladder disease or acid reflux should listen closely to their body's response. The golden cup is not a cure nor rescue, but rather a daily note of care. It is a reminder that health often rests not in sudden changes, but in consistent ritual. With each sip, you are telling your vessels to relax, your heart to soften its pace, and your body that the day may close in peace. The mystery is not in promises of miracles, but in the simple truth that small choices, repeated with patience, can transform how the body feels from within. As our journey draws to a close, pause for a moment and reflect on what we have uncovered together. The body is not an enemy. It is a partner that has carried you through every season of life. Even when the vessels feel tired and the legs grow heavy, the ability to renew and to adapt is still there. The path is not hidden in distant cures or costly promises. It is here, in the quiet choices of each day, in the cups and meals you prepare with your own hands. A glass of beetroot with lemon in the morning, a gentle tea of green leaves and honey, the familiar flavor of garlic and ginger, the fresh stalk of celery, the golden warmth of turmeric with pepper in the evening. None of these are magic on their own, but together, repeated with care, they become a rhythm that reminds your circulation how to move, your heart how to rest, and your spirit how to hope again. Remember this truth. Aging does not mean surrender. Every step, every sip, every choice is a message you send to your body that you are still here, still willing to care, still ready to live with freedom and dignity. If you found value in these words, let them not end here. Share this message with a friend, a parent, or a neighbor who may need the same encouragement. Subscribe to stay close so we can continue walking this journey together. And in the comments, tell us your age and where you are listening from. Your story matters, and your voice may inspire someone else to begin their own first step toward lighter days and calmer nights.